day. Today is February 6th, Tuesday, 2018. Going to read you some of the Drudge Report headlines on some special articles. Stocks, wild ride, trade sites buckle. National Weather Service, tsunami warning confusion. East Coast alarm. Trade deficit spikes. Market sell-offs run to 4 trillion. Bitcoin flaws rise to surface. Ponzi schemes, hack attacks. Age requirements sought after 16s run for government. Study, meditation doesn't make calmer, leaves just as aggressive. Claim, humanity will need drastic changes to keep good life. Justin Trudeau mocked after telling women to say people kind. Let's go into that article. It's from the Daily Mail, written by Khalida Rahman, or Rahman. So a volunteer, this is the Canadian Prime Minister made a comment during the town hall at McEwan University. A volunteer with controversial religious group World Mission Society of God had posed a question about volunteering in Canada. We came here today to ask you to also look into the policies that religious charitable organizations have in our legislation, she told him. She added that she believed it was important because maternal love is the love that's going to change the future of mankind. Trudeau interrupted to say people kind. And that is a more inclusive term than mankind. His interjection was well received by the audience, but sparked a wave of criticism on social media. So, let's just, we are mankind. We've been mankind on Earth since we've been created. In fact, there is man and there is woman. We don't say woe man because she causes woe to men. We say woman because woman is womb plus man. Women have wombs. That's why they're womb mans. Okay? There we go. South Africa, Cape Town braces for clashes as water crisis worsens. Man beaten with coffee table leg by jealous boyfriend in threesome. So I read that article. Basically, the guy claims that there's the boyfriend and then there's the girlfriend and then the third friend. The boyfriend beat the third friend, male, with the table leg of their table after he claims he came in and saw them doing it. But there is other conflicting evidence saying that they were all having consensual threesome, so begs the question, were they on drugs and drunk? And he went out to go get something from the corner store? And then came back and forgot that they were supposed to be doing a threesome? I don't know. Virus outbreak and Olympics. Military deployed. 1,200 security workers sidelined. Drones to patrol the games. How much sex are athletes having? Now, this is from Elite Daily by Caitlin Lucy Christensen. As we are coming into the Olympic season, the Winter Games begin February 9th, 2018. One can hardly help but wonder whether South Korea has been making a specific kind of preparation for the Games. Namely, will they have enough condoms to cover the sheer amount of sex in the Olympic Village? Because they're going to need a lot. I know. It's absolutely mind-blowing that Olympiads would have sex. I mean, don't they have to get up at 4 a.m. every day to start practicing their quad toe, double loop flips and their figure skating routines? Don't they stay awake all night doing crunches to prepare for next day's luge race? These people are on an absolutely different plane than those of us who ran a 20-minute mile in high school. Have you ever felt horny? Well, apparently, the horniest you've ever felt is nothing compared to the libido of an Olympic athlete. Every time one of us normals struggles to do a single push-up, an Olympic athlete eats a bowl of Wheaties for breakfast. And then they go out in London and have sex on the grass. These folks are forces of nature. It makes sense they wouldn't, need sleep, it makes sense that in between their protein shakes and absolutely exhausting workout routines, they'd be able to find the time to have massive amounts of sex. They're superhuman and driven by sheer exhaustion that comes from inhabiting their perfectly fit bodies. They were born to make sweat. Oh, sorry. They were born to make sweet, sweet love to another. But because they don't want to have to retire at the age of 25 years old, they only practice safe sex. This line of reasoning is how I'm going to wrap my head around the sheer magnitude of condoms that were purchased for the Olympics in Rio. Last year, the IOC purchased 450,000 condoms just for the Games, which was enough latex for each Olympian to have sex about 42 times. They learned their lesson from the London Games in 2012 when the athletes went through 100,000 condoms in the first week. And then the IOC had to place an emergency order for more. Can you imagine being the person who had to make that phone call? And for this year's Pyeongchang Olympics, a huge 110,000 condoms will be available for the over 2,000 athletes attending the game. While more condoms are provided during Summer Games, where more athletes are present, this is the highest number of condoms provided by any of the Olympic Winter Games. Ivanka Trump to lead presidential delegation. USA, North Korea trade warnings on nuclear strikes. China moves 300,000 troops closer to the border. Cops realize tiger stuffed animal after 45-minute standoff. Let's read that, shall we? This is from the New York Post. Cops realize tiger is stuffed animal after a 45-minute standoff. Scottish farmer frantically called the cops to report a tiger in his cowshed, sparking an armed police standoff only to learn it was just a large, cuddly stuffed animal. Bruce Grubb, 24, was throwing a housewarming party when he spotted the bizarre sight and called police, fearing his pregnant cows were about to be devoured. Now, I feel a bit silly for calling the police, but I thought it was a real emergency, he told the Scottish Sun. I had absolutely no doubt it was real. I got a hell of a scare. The frightened farmer said the first officer to respond to the scene was so scared that he refused to get out of the squad car. Northeast police even checked on a local wildfire park, I'm sure that means wildlife park, to see if they had an escaped tiger on the loose. Armed cops engaged in a 45-minute standoff. They realized the supposedly terrifying beast was actually just a big plush toy. Cops said they determined the false call was made with genuine good intent in a Facebook post about the ordeal. They even asked the embarrassed grub if they could keep the stuffed tiger as a mascot. LA has the world's worst traffic congestion again. Ryan Seacrest, what happened after I was wrongly accused of harassment? Tarantino explains everything. Comics selected audience as carefully as jokes. Fake doctor injects 33 with HIV-tainted syringes. Postal Service supervisor stole marijuana from packages. Trouble in Paradise. High-level arrests bring Maldives to political crisis. Fox drops actor from movie after racially charged remarks. Another YouTube star hits controversy. 6,000 points to go before Trump rally is gone. Let's talk about the stock market. Cops, home of Patriots Gronk, robbed during Super Bowl. This is coming from North Carolina. CBS News up there. Knightdale man impregnates biological daughter, plans to marry her, warrants say. Kind of looks like Tommy the Green Ranger and the Yellow Ranger had a kid, and the Green Ranger got Randy. Knightdale, North Carolina. Knightdale man and his biological daughter face incest charges after warrants say they had a sexual relationship and planned to marry. Katie Rose Plottle was born in January 1998 to Stephen Walter Plottle and her mother, and then legally adopted out of state. When Katie turned 18, she used social media to reach out to her biological parents. After making contact with them, she moved into their house just west of Richmond, Virginia in August 2016 and began to live with her biological parents and their two other children. That would be her blood siblings. The wife told authorities that Stephen would sleep on the floor of Katie's room in the month before she moved out. On May 23rd, 2017, Stephen's wife read the journal of one of her children, and that said that Katie was pregnant and Stephen was the father. Warrants say Stephen told his other children to call Katie their stepmom. Warrants also say the wife called Stephen and asked him if they had impregnated their adult biological daughter. Stephen told his wife he was the daughter of Katie's child, and then they planned to marry. So they've been arrested. Stephen's out. Katie's still in. So there you go with that. Now, out of the Miami Herald, written by Madeline Marr. I wake up from nightmares. Why Whole Foods workers are hating life. You think your job is a grind? Try working at Whole Foods, which is apparently a pretty tough place to clock in every day. An anonymous staffer told the Business Insider, I wake up in the middle of the night from nightmares. The stress has created such a tense working environment. Seeing someone cry at work is becoming normal. Seems the Austin, Texas-based chain, which was bought by Amazon last summer, has initiated a new inventory system called Order to Shelf. That's pretty hardcore. Breaking down morale. Amazon's founder is Jeff Bezos, who's a piece of crap and went to Miami-Dade. According to Supermarket News, OTS is when distributors and suppliers deliver small batches of product to retailers, which helps stores keep backroom inventory down and, of course, saves money. When asked by the Miami Herald to comment on employee complaints, a spokeswoman said did not specifically address the issue. Whole Foods is committed to providing the best selection of high-quality products and in stock for our customers. Brooke Buchanan said Monday in an email. To keep shelves fully stocked, staffers have to hustle more than ever. To add insult to injuries, managers walk around conducting pop quizzes, doing spot checks, and checking off scorecards to determine how quickly the shelves are replenished. Kurt Eichenwald tweeted, after Amazon took over Whole Foods, my wife said the place has seemed like a place of misery, with frantic employees wrapped up in so much make work that customer service was gone. Now we know why. We go to Central Market and regular grocery store now. One of the myriad of questions on the scorecard for a produce staffer says, do all the items on the sales floor have accurate signage? Are all displays that are not pulled down at night maintaining 75% holding power or greater through the day? Scorecard grade below 89.9% is considered failing, and the employee may be subject to termination, not to mention humiliation. The fear of chastisement, punishment, and retribution is very real and pervasive, another worker told the site, which adds to the harsh working environment that has caused so many people to quit. Well, now see, if they were perfect robots like Bezos wants to replace everything with, then there would be no need for that. Ironically, OTS may not even be helping the bottom line. Business Insider reports that many Whole Foods are experiencing food shortages because of it. And you can go to the article and you can see the scorecard that Whole Foods uses. Now this is from the sun.co.uk. Brainbug. Ancient virus could be responsible for humanity's ability to think. New studies suggest that a gene believed to be responsible for human thought could have been created thanks to an ancient viral infection. An ancient virus could be responsible for human consciousness, giving you the ability to think for yourself. New research has linked a human gene responsible for conscious thought to a virus that was spread in the early days of humanity. Two papers published in the Cell Journal discuss the origins of the ARC gene, which packages up genetic information and sends it around nerve cells in little virus-style capsules. These packages of information are believed to be critical to how our nerves communicate and could be responsible for our thoughts. Eliza Pastuzin, who authored one of the studies, said evolutionary analysis indicates that the arc is derived from a veritable lineage of the Ti3 gypsy retrotransposons, which are also ancestors to retroviruses. It's believed that between 40% and 80% of the human genome was developed thanks to ancient viruses. Unlike bacteria, which simply live in the body, viruses make active changes to yourself, injecting their own genetic code. This can often be entirely useless and sometimes causes harm, including through the reproduction of more viruses, but occasionally we end up with useful modifications. And it seems an ancient virus may have given rise to all human thought thanks to the ARC gene. Pastinson says the virus was repurposed during evolution to mediate intercellular communication with the nervous system. James Ashley authored one of the studies, said the neuronal gene arc is essential for long-lasting information storage in the mammalian brain. Mediates various forms of synaptic plasticity and has been implicated in neurodevelopmental disorders. He has that mutations in the gene have been linked to autism and schizophrenia, which suggests that ARC has a pivotal role to play in how we perceive and react to the world around us. Interesting stuff. And last one, guys. This is also from the sun.co.uk. Circus child sex ring. Right? 7 circus school members performed sadistic blood and sex rituals on 3 boys under 8 in shocking child abuse ring. The circus school owner will also appear in court, with the group facing 127 charges relating to the abuse of young boys. This is compiled by Sophia Petkar and James Cox. 7 members of the Western Sydney Circus Training School were arrested over abuse of 3 boys under the age of 8. Got a little picture there for you guys. Some crappy circus there. 4 women, 2 men, and a teenage girl will face 127 charges relating to the alleged ongoing torture between 2014 and 2016 in the Blue Mountains in New South Wales. Australia's Daily Telegraph claims the alleged abuse includes satanic blood rituals. The 7 arrested all belong to the arcade circus that promotes itself as a family-friendly environment. The school offers classes in juggling, aerial skills, acrobatics, unicycle riding, and satanic blood magic. Detectives from the Child Abuse and Sex Crime Squad established a strike force in Ballyou in July last year to investigate reports. Pretty decent sized building over in the Blue Mountains. Cops made arrests at homes in Katoomba, Canterbury, Wentworthville on Monday. The Circus Training School website says all students are treated as equals and every student will feel welcome from their first day. A 58-year-old woman is listed to appear in Penrith local court on today. She's been charged with 43 offenses, including aggravated sexual assault of a child under 10, sexual intercourse with a child under 10, and aggravated kidnapping. Court listings show an order against her has also been sought on behalf of a minor. She stated on an online profile she started the arcade circus in 2009 and believed she was tragically lost from the back of a traveling circus truck shortly after birth. A lawyer for the 4 of the people charged with the alleged sadistic physical and sexual abuse of 3 boys at Circus Training School has told court they all say we didn't do it. We didn't do nothing. 3 women and a man will face 69 charges. Oh, tell me about it. relating to the alleged ongoing abuse of the boys, who were all under 8 years old and connected to the school between 2014 and 2016. The four accused are linked to a circus school in Katoomba, around 100 kilometers west of Sydney's CBD in the New South Wales Blue Mountain. Solicitor Brian Wrench appeared on behalf of the arrested three women aged 58, 29, and 26, and a 52-year-old man at the Penrith local court this afternoon. He told Magistrate Stephen Corey all the accused would plead not guilty to all charges. And that'll do it for today's headlines. I may make another update, but it does take some time. Thank you guys very much. Subscribe for more. Leave any comments or critiques or any other tidbits of information. As usual, I will put every story linked in on the notes at the bottom of this video. So thank you very much. You guys have a good one.